howdy there. This is Bob with Locksmith Tips. Kind of wanted to go over a drill fixture I have. This is obsolete, I guess. You know, it's made by I think PETERSON. Not Ken Peterson. I'm not promoted or sponsored by him. I don't know what the status of these are anymore. He doesn't carry them. I think you can still kind of find these washers that come with this. It comes as an assortment, as a kit, so I'll show you real quick how it looks when you first get it. Everything's in there, and I believe it's a drill bit was even included too, possibly, but that's normally what you get right there. The DJMC-1 Mortise cylinder drill jig. Anyways, how this works, just a brief explanation. I wanted to go over this because I do have the cylinder eater, and I've got other drill jigs that they're all nice to have, but you know, you don't always got to have a drill jig. You can just freehand drill a cylinder. You know, it's kind of one of those things. Let me see here that you just try to drill for the shear line. You can just drill underneath, knock all the pins out. I mean, everyone's got their own method. Some people drill the whole thing. You've got to be careful because you don't want to lose the tailpiece if you're into something, you know, mortise or otherwise. You know, sometimes the tailpiece is pretty important to that particular lock, and the less of what you destroy, sometimes if you have another like cylinder, you can just replace the plug itself. But for this practical application, you know, where so when you get to a aluminum style door, you can bump the lock, pick the lock. You know, you'll see some people will even come over here and use a wrench on them and try to wrench them open, and you know, just crank it a few times. They even have special tools to grip it. I think it's the Gator grip. I think it's one. I think Keydex made it. I think CLK Supplies even carries that particular one, but you can't always get that. You know, this here you have quite a bit of a little lip on there, but sometimes you have a security ring, and this one here is more of a beauty ring than anything. It's not really a security ring. You'll have some though where the cylinder is recessed, the face is, and so you won't be able to, you know, get your pliers on there. Sometimes you can pick them. Sometimes you get a higher security cylinder, and you're not able to. Maybe they put a steel plate right in front of the plug. Anyways, there's a million ways to get into these things, and here's just another one, you know. So I'm not covering all the different ways to do this, but I did just kind of want to show this particular application, because what happens is this will extend in, you know, if you have a security cap on there, and that will stick in there. There is a little wire right here. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but that wire will find the keyway. That's kind of what that's for, and it'll help extend into that, and so you can kind of push it through the other way. I can't use my finger on that. It's kind of poked into my hand here, so you can kind of push that wire back in, and now it sticks in on this side. So if you do have this beauty ring, you can sit that on there and just put it in the bottom of the keyway, and it's snug, you know, and it stays on there. And so you'll put that in there, and so now you got these drill points. And what it does is I don't know if you can see this very well, but you know, you can see behind there where that kind of will interact, maybe. And these are steel bushings. This is probably a 3D printed piece. Probably, you know, if Ken doesn't have a patent on it, and I don't see a trademark thing on there, but you know, someone with a 3D printer can make this. Hint, hint. But anyway, so that'll kind of stay there, and what that does is that lines it up, so you got a straight shot to this, and it will go into it'll take out part of this cylinder, you know, right here. Take that out, and that drill will go all the way through. You can go through your ring, and if you have stainless, you know, you might have to fight a little bit, but it'll take out it's supposed to stay close enough inside, so you're just taking out the set screw itself, not the whole area. And you know, there's another method where you got these other holes right here. Let me push that through. This actually lines up better if you push that through, but you know, and that goes inside there. And so this will also allow you to go through the bottom. I've got it on there kind of crooked, and so what that'll do is it'll go through your security ring, and that will take out, it'll punch a little hole right in the aluminum, you know, and that right there will allow you to use this little tool to try to access this piece here. And so I actually have this on a hold open piece right now. Let me see if I can fix this. I should have undone that before I did this video. But anyways, so what'll happen, let me get this pulled out of here. There. So what'll happen is you'll have to reach in there, and mostly for the deadbolts. I don't think it'll work on the non-deadbolt, but you'll have to reach in there and just try to pull this wherever you put the hole. So on this here, you know, most likely for the deadbolt, but it will line it up to where you can get in there. And I've got it kind of crooked on here, so don't mind me. It does work, you know. I haven't used this one, but I've seen another locksmith use one of these, and that will get in there. And like I said, it'll take out the set screw. It'll go through your security plate, just take out the set screw. It'll give you a little hole in the access to get in here. If you got the deadbolt style, it'll allow you to flip that and open or close, because you're just putting a little hole in the aluminum, and so your aluminum will go right about here. You know, say, like, I'm just exaggerating the amount, but your door will probably go right here. And so you'll be able to reach in and use that hole as leverage to be able to grab this, and I guess you'll be able to pull that back. So just like that. And I don't have the leverage on here because I'm not actually using I don't have a live situation here where I can actually show this, but I did want to show this. You know, this is an interesting little tool. Like I said, it's exaggerated as far as, you know, what I'm trying to showcase on this video, but I did want to show that there is a tool out there, and the cylinder reader will drill different points, you know, on these. It'll drill this, and it'll allow you to actually use the cylinder reader to open. Go back to my videos. Maybe I'll link in my cylinder reader fixture for use on cylinders, but this kind of gets around the whole keyway issue. Because what if you have like you know, SFIC, or maybe you have you know, Schlag Everest or something, LFIC, something where you don't want to drill the keyway, you just want to save the cylinder. This will allow you to drill through, and you just take out the set screw, whatever side. You know, you do it on the opposite of the hinge. So anyways, you'll take out that set screw, and then you'll be able to unscrew that. And that, you know, like I said, there are ways to grip this and yank it. There's another tool I've seen where it will drill a couple holes right there, and then it uses like a spanner to go in there, and then you'll use a big wrench to open it. But that's assuming you don't have some oddball, you know, weird face on there, but you know, where you got a steel plate. This cap does move, you can see that. So there are situations where, you know, there might be steel ball bearings or something behind that cap to keep you from drilling into something, or a little steel plate. I know some of the Schlag for a while there, they would do that on their cylinders. But anyways, I just wanted to show this, you know, just a simple little fixture. Just this is obsolete. As far as I know, Ken Peterson doesn't have it on his website anymore, and I'm not even sure, you know, he might be selling his business, or he might be selling his parts. I don't remember what the story was, but he's getting up there where he's probably getting kind of tired of working on this stuff, sending the stuff out. But that's my own personal opinion. I don't know him. I've only talked to him a couple times by email, but this is the jig instructions, and I will put this on here, and hopefully, you know, if you look on a smartphone, you can screenshot this. And it's just an idea. I mean, here's a fixture. If it's obsolete, then you have to use your own imagination to make your own. But that's where I was showing you that hole right there, where you can get in there, and then you can drill through that. So, and then here's the other side. So, let me just check my GoPro here. And so that's that side, and that's showing you how that works. So, you know, and when you're done, you just put these washers that comes with the cylinder, you put those on there, and it'll cover the door, you know. So those holes that you might have made in the aluminum style door, you won't be able to see them anymore, whether it's down here or up here. These washers will cover that up, and they're perfect. And you can buy them, probably buy your own washers. This come with this kit, so come with 3 of them. And I don't remember if that drill bit was with that. Maybe it wasn't, but let me see what size that is. That is in 3/16 drill bit. So there you go. Anyways, I just kind of wanted to throw that out there. I've been still working on the step band. Everything's going pretty good. I can't really see with the lights all out. But, you know, everything's been going good. Been working. And all my mess is cleaned up except for what I just did today. I did work on my exhaust. I gotta let it sit for 12 hours for this muffler paste to settle up between the joints, you know. So anyways, I just wanted to throw out another video. This is just a, you know, a simple drill fixture. Like I said, probably anyone with a 3D printer can make it. I don't know if Ken actually patented this, copyrighted. I mean, maybe he did, maybe he didn't care, I don't know. But it gives you an idea. So you can do anything you want, but that is a concept that you can use, you know. You don't have to wrench these open. You could just drill into this, and if you have a guide like this that will kind of keep it center so you don't, you know, totally run the door or run the cylinder, you can just poke the little hole and you just take out that set screw. And even if you drill into that set screw to where you feel your drill hitting that hardened steel set screw, and there's the back side of what you'll see on the back side. So anyways, if your drill's hitting that, you can use a punch, you know, and try to punch it out of the way. But you know, you'll just get you another screw, throw it in there, and I have a assortment of these different screws. But anyways, just wanted to throw that out there. Just another one of those interesting little fixtures. You know, I don't think I've ever used this. I think I loaned it to a locksmith who used it, and because it looks a little wore. I'm trying to remember. I mean, I don't do many storefronts. They got all kinds of tools. I mean, you can go in there and you can, you know, find ways to. I think I do have a wire that goes inside there, and then it'll actually pull this piece here back, which is kind of neat. But you know, and this won't do it. But I mean, I do have a, yeah, I believe it's an Adams Wright wrench that goes in through the keyway, and we'll pull that back. Anyways, there's all kinds of bypass methods, but it's just another one, another interesting way, and I just thought I'd throw it in there. I've never seen a video on this, so if I ever have to drill one out and I have a free reign to do it however I want, you know, the customer doesn't care, just get it open, whatever, I might just opt to do this just so you can kind of see, you know, how it works. But I know it works. I know another locksmith that has used these, and it's been successful. I don't think I have, but I did loan it to another guy. I think the guy I loaned it to, I think he figured out that what he was dealing with was a lorry lock, and so I don't think it worked for his application either. But I do know another guy here. I don't even know if he's still alive. It's been a long time. I've had this for probably a good 10 plus years. But anyways, that's all I wanted to go over today. But I know it does work, and you know, steel bushing should hold you steady, and it gets you in there through the aluminum, you know, one way or the other, where you can get in there and try to pull that back. There's all kinds of different ways to get into these, and just another one. So hey, thanks for watching. This is Locksmith Tips. My name's Bob. Thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe. Talk to you later. Bye bye.